Hello everyone, this is Gautami. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Gautami Tech Skills. In this Learn Full Stack series, we are going to learn few more concepts. Let's begin.
So we'll start the session. In the previous session, we have given an introduction for web development, and we started introducing the HTML, right? So in today's session, we are going to continue few more tags that are present in a HTML. So we already learned what are the extensions that we need to add it in our Visual Studio Code. That and all we did it in the previous session itself. And I have given the explanation about the HTML structure. And I also given one thing that whenever you are working with web applications, make sure everything should be kept in under one roof, like one folder. Then only whatever you do changes automatically will get updated in your browsers. So how to open this? We already know that. Just right click and click on the open with live server. Directly going to open in the browser. So see the server started port at 5000 is something like this. See, this is what we explained in the previous session, correct? So now what we are going to see here is, in today's session, we are going to learn a few more things. Like I just explained H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag, that only. So let us see one small example for understanding more in detail. Yes, ma'am. See, if you see here, if you open any kind of website, the text will be in different format. If you see here, if you observe carefully, one second, why it's not? See here. So see here, this text in some format, and if you see this text, everything is a text, but we are going to see in different formats. How to get these kind of formats in the documentation means with the help of a HTML tags itself, and to make a more presentable, we will use a CSS. First, what I'm going to do here is let's try to develop these kind of things in our application also. Here, by default, it is going to take this format, text format. The default, it will be like some kind of a font style only. You can also give different types of font styles. How to do here is, there is different types of properties present in the CSS. That will be learned in the later session. First, what I'm going to do here is how to make use of the heading tag we learned. Okay, the remaining I'm commenting here. So in order to remove, what happens, if you want to use in later in future, again you need to type that. Then but if you hide that if you hide this few lines, you can able to use in future also. So what I will do, instead of removing these lines, I'm going to hide it for this instance. How to hide these code? You can use a concept called comments. How to represent the comments means, use a less than symbol, exclamatory mark, hyphen, hyphen, and close this hyphen, hyphen. Use this hyphen, hyphen arrow mark. See here like this. So this is what a comments. You can comment your code also. Not only commenting, not only hiding the code, you can also write the information about the document also like this. Here what I'm going to write here is heading tag, something like this. Heading tags or H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So I just want to give the information to the user that there are heading tags of H1 to H6. But if you keep like that only, you can able to see that text. But I don't want to show in my documentation. It is only for knowing for the user. So that time you can hide this content. How to hide? Just by placing this comment symbol. So if it is a single line information also, you can make use of these symbols like opening and closing. In between, you can write the content. If you are having multiple lines of information or multiple lines of tags, you can place it inside so that it will not visible in your document. So how to do? See here, less than symbol, exclamation mark, hyphen, hyphen, and end with hyphen, hyphen, arrow mark, greater than symbol. so that line will be hidden. That line will be hidden. See, now you are not able to see. And these lines also you cannot able to see here. Only this line will be seen. Only a single line is going to be seen. So this is what are comments in the HTML documentation. So for CSS also there will be different type of sorry, so for everything, like for every HTML, for CSS, for JavaScript, there will be different types of comments. We will be seen in that. We'll be seen while learning that concept. So now what we are going to do here is, I just want to make these kind of text. So the first one is bigger font, and the later I just want to make this kind of letters, means this kind of a small case, and it's like thin, and the color will be not black color, it is like gray color, that kind of things and all I need to keep into my document. So what I'll do, so just to change the things up, first what I will do, instead of writing the welcome, I'm just going to give it as HTML introduction. I'm just giving a heading. And usually in the last session, the background will be what, white color, and the text will be what, black color. So to come back, what I will do here is I'm going to remove these styles part. So to understand what I'll do here is I'll keep it down and I'll do comment. Okay. So these are all attributes. Okay. Attributes that you can use. Attributes that we use. So I'll share this document also, that we use in body, that we use in body. Okay, this is what we can use these attributes in the body section. Okay, so now what I'll comment this one for understanding. Okay, next here now it became very to the previous thing. Now what I need to do, I just want to display this one. So I'll just copy this last updated like this. So you can keep any sample document and you can able to implement it. So now what I'm going to do, if you don't want, you can remove this also. I'm removing. Now I just want to explain about the comments. So I just explained that. Now what I should do here is later, in order to make it little fun, you can make use of different types of tags. Here, what I can use here is, you can use a different tags. Let's take a paragraph tag. P is nothing but paragraph tag. What I'm going to say here is, P is nothing but a paragraph tag. So, and I need to comment this. Simply select and control / it will get commented. So now what I copied there, I just pasted here. So if you see, the text is little small, but the color is not gray color. Now what I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to change the color of this text. How to change the color means using the CSS properties, or there is a tag present in our HTML is font tag. In this font tag, just keep that paragraph inside the font tag, and there is an attribute present in this font is text is equal to, not text, I think color, we'll see. I think a color, not text only. Text is equal to, now I am going to give the color as a gray color. Now it's not getting updated, you just give the color only. Color, you can see the color is changed to gray color, correct? So in the font property, see, these are the few attributes that can be used specifically in that particular tags itself. And this, when compared to this, yeah, it's correct only, but the font styles are little different. Font styles are little different. Font styles are different. You can change the styles also. How to change those styles means by using the Google fonts. Okay, you can change the styles. How to make use of it means just to open the browser and search for Google fonts. Search for Google fonts. So it will open the it will open the link, and in that you have to select the what type of a font you need. So browse fonts, Google Fonts. From this Google Fonts, you can able to make use of the font styles for your documentation. So simply I'll open this. There are different types of font styles. First, what I'm going to, the popularly we use here is Poppins, or you can use Robot, something like that. So just look over it, okay? So I'm going to make use of this Roboto. Just click this. So once you click this, it is going to open that specific page, and here you just click this Get Font. Simply click this Get Font, and you have to use this Get Embedded Code. You can download and keep it in your system, but we will not use the similar thing for every time. So if you will not use it, if it is similar, then we will make it download, but we don't want. We can able to get it different types of font styles. So simply whatever you want, you just make it Get Embed Code. So if you get embed code, it will give some kind of links. Okay. So this can be embed code in the head section. If you copy this and you paste in the head section. Otherwise, if you are using the CSS files, then you simply use this import. This one you have to make use of this. You have to use this kind of things. Now, I just want to keep it in the HTML document only. So for that, what you should do here is select this link. That is what I said. While we learning the structure of that HTML, in the header tag, we will be using only this particular tags. So in that, a link is the one of the tag that we will be using in that header tag. So simply copy this snippet and paste it in our document, where I have to place it inside the head section only. So wherever you want, you can place it, but it should be just inside the head tags only. So I'll just pasting it. So in order to tell what I'm going to do here is, I'm just getting to know, okay, these are the links Google Fonts. So I'm just commenting. So in below this, I'm writing that copying and pasted. I just pasted that one. I just pasted it. Now, is this enough? Is this enough to get it reflect to their documentation? Means no. What you should do later here is you should add this styles. You should add these styles. CSS means the font family that you need here is Roboto, and the size of the font will be like 100, and the font style will be the normal. So along with these links, you need to make use of the properties of the CSS also. So what I will do, I'll simply copy this only the first one only. You can use the first one, copy this, and you can also copy the complete thing also, but it's not necessary. So what I will do, in this head section only, you try to make use of a tag called style tag. Make use of the tag called style tag. Inside this, what I'm going to do here is, I just want to apply the same font style to the whole body. So that's why I'm going to write the element. Element is nothing but the tag for what you need to get effect, that one. So now see here, for the complete body, I'm just giving these styles. Means font family will be Roboto, font weight will be 100, font style will be normal. So once you open and check your document, you can see the changes. Can you see? The text size is changed actually. If you didn't use this one, if you didn't use, what happened if you didn't use, the text size will be little bit, see here, like this. Can you see it? Now, when you given these styles, now the text size is going to be seen different. The text style is going to be seen different. So, I just going to explain what and all these here. This is called, whenever this is called CSS styling, ma. So here, whenever you are doing stylings in the same HTML document, this kind of styling we will call it as internal styling. Internal styling. When you are doing stylings in the same document, then this kind of styling we will call it as a internal styling. And why we are mainly specifying the body here is, you can use, this is called a selector. For what part you need to apply these styles, means I need to apply for the complete body. So that's why I just use this HTML tag as a selector. there are different types of selectors in our CSS, like element selector, ID selector, class selector, group selector, universal selector. That and all we will be discussing in the coming classes. As of now, we just discuss the element selector, which means you are just doing stylings for the specific HTML tag with the help of with the identity of a HTML tag. You are doing the styles. Okay, so this is what internal styling, and this what is this means element selector, and these are the properties of CSS. Okay, so again I'm repeating, internal styling means doing stylings, doing stylings, applying styles. Otherwise I can write applying styles in the same document. We can say it as internal styling. And the second thing, there are different types of selectors we have. Okay, I'm just writing. Selectors are of actually 5 types. In that, we just learned element selector. Element selector is nothing but doing styles for the specific tag, HTML tag. So later we are going to learn what is mean by ID selector, what is mean by ID selector, what is mean by ID selector, and what is mean by class selector, what is mean by group selector. I'll discuss now itself, don't worry. Okay, in this session only I'll discuss those and all. A group selector, and what is meant by universal selector, that and all we're going to discuss under this selectors concept. Okay, so this is what the concept that we discussed now. I just texted here also. Now, what's the next thing that I need to do here is, instead of using the font tags, there is a CSS properties you can use it. So what I'll do here is, I'll just comment this line, and I'm going to make use of only this paragraph tag. Now I'm going to do stylings with the help of a CSS. How to do? Whenever you want to do stylings in the specific tag, then that kind of styling we will call it as inline styling. There are different types of stylings, ma. How many types of stylings means? Stylings are of 3 types, ma. Stylings are of 3 types. The first style that we discussed in the above previously is internal styling, that is going to be done in the head part. Okay, in the same document, and it is mentioned in the head part. And second thing that we are learning here is inline styling. It is going to be done in the beginning tag of the HTML. And third one we are going to learn later is external styling. Why we will use external styling, I will going to explain. Okay, so this part will be seen in the next will be seen that one. So here now we have learned this. Now we are going to learn the inline styling. When we are doing styles in the beginning tag of the HTML, then that kind of styling we call it as inline styling. Now here stylings can be represented using what means? So attribute only, where attribute contains name and value. See here you have to specify like this. Attribute name is style is equal to, here you have to provide a property and what? Property and the value. For example, if I want to provide the color, so color is the property, color is the property, and the value for that you can write it here. I'm just writing the gray color. So now you can check it here. The same thing is applied. So this one I commented. This is a HTML tag. With the help of HTML tag, I just given the styles. Okay, what is the style here? Attribute here is color equal to gray. Here, usually when you are getting the tags in red color, those are all old kind of tags. Sometimes the browser will not support. So in that cases, instead of in order to overcome that kind of things, we will make use of the CSS properties like this. So you need to, this is kind of attribute like a name and this value. So here style is what? Styling the one, it's inline styling, and the property color is the property, gray is the color of that value, property value. You can change the values just by dragging like this. You can change the values just dragging it, and you can change the colors also. Correct? So this is how you can do the stylings. When you are doing stylings, specifically in the beginning tag of the HTML, that kind of styling, we can call it as what? Inline styling. So now we had learned successfully two types of styling. One is internal styling, doing styles in the head part using the style tags. Then inline styling means doing styles in the body inside the body in the specific tag of the HTML using the property and value. Okay, so this is what we understood. Later, what I need to do here is, let's give a line here. You have these kind of symbols also. You can also get it these symbols. How to get these symbols means there is a one of the website called Font Awesomes, or icons also you can have Font Awesomes. So what I will do here is you just type it here as Font Awesome. There is a one website called Font Awesome. Just open that website and you can select whatever the icon you want for your documentation, you can get it. So once you open, you need to sign in. Okay, you have to sign in. Okay, I already signed in. There will be no cost. Okay, it's a free of cost only. So you just need to sign in, and it will be providing some kit. Okay, one link. That link should be provided in your head tag. Then you can make use of it. So say once I have clicked this one, it is going to open and it is going to give some link for us. See here. For everyone, it will be one link. Okay. So now see here, what I'm going to do here is, so just click this, my kit. Okay, just go for your kits. You just go to the your kits and they will be providing the link. See here, this is the link. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here is just open, just to click this. If you click this one, it is going to give the link for us. See here, where is the link here? See here, this is the snippet. So you have to copy this snippet. You have to copy this. This is a script tags. So this is a JavaScript tags. So you can copy this. So we will explain the script later. So in order to get the icons, what you should do, that I am explaining. To get the icons, you use a Font Awesome and simply sign in into it. Later, it will be providing, it will provide a one kit in order to access the icons present in that Font Awesome website. So simply copy it and paste it in the head tags. Paste it in the head tags wherever you like it. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm just using here Font Awesome links. So I'll just for a Font Awesome links. So just for our understanding, I'm just making use of it. That's it. I'll just comment this one. Okay. So just for knowing purpose, what and all these links represents, to understand it, I'm just making this comment. That is what the importance of comments. Okay. So if you simply write why we are using this, we cannot able to understand. That is the reason if you make this kind of comments, whenever you open and check it, you can understand it easily. So once I use this, what I need here, I need this kind of icon. I need this kind of icon. So this is what something like summarize, and this is for comments, and this is for improve. This is for what something like getting more options. So first what I will do, summarize, right? So open, go search for that icons. So it will just click on the icons and search for icons is summarize. So it will, if you search for icons, it will give the icons for us. It's not getting, what is the spelling there? Yeah, that is what. So there will be some kind of names, but here it is not there. So what we can do here is, so instead of that, what I will do, I'll just, whatever it is there, I'll just going to make use of. I'll just make use of house. So otherwise, I'll just make use of, let's see comments. What about the comments? We'll see. So for comments, yeah, you can have the comments. See, there will be some kind of a free kind of things. There will be paid things. So paid icons will be there. We no need to go with paid icons. We can make use of the free versions only, free icons only. Simply click on that. And if you want this one or filled one, or if you want only this kind of things, you can make it. I'll just make this one only. Copy, and they will be providing some kind of HTML tag that is called I tags. This is called italic tags. I tags represents italic tag, and this is the representation of the styles. We didn't do any stylings, but built in. Okay, it was developed by the font awesome only. So you don't need to think, just use this, copy it, just copy it and place wherever you want. I just want to keep it just below this, okay? And later I'm going to keep it side, okay? So first I just kept this. You just see whether that icon is available or not. So it's, see here, your icon is here. Your icon is here, but this icon should be not here. It should be here, right? So later I will show how to make this icon to this side. So now later what I need to do, I just want to make one more icon. Whatever you can get it, ma. So I'm just making this one. So next, improve or edit. I think what I'll do, I'll search for my requirement is for editing purpose. Like I'll just search for the things. I'll just want edit. So that is pencil icon for edit. I'll just search for this. So you can see, you can having these kind of things, right? So whatever you want, you can, these two are free versions, you can make use. Otherwise, if you are buying, then you can make it. So now that is what the sign it is there, right? So that is what, here it is only the pencil. So sometimes it will not understand our language, okay? So we'll see if it is there, so it's not getting seen. So that's why what I will do. Otherwise, you just type it for pen, what that kind of things we'll see. So you are getting this kind, means you just give the understandable things. Okay. So here I'll just copy this one, copy, just click this, it is going to provide a snippet, copy it and paste it in your document. Paste it in your document. Now you can open and check that that icon will also be seen here. Just see, you got it here. Now what I should do, I just want to place these icons beside like this. So that means these two are in single line. That's why what I will do here is, I just want to keep it in one section, grouping in one section. So what I will do here is, I'm going to keep these three tags under one section. Whenever you want to keep it in one section, there is a tag called div tag. So keep it inside a div tag. Okay. So now what I should do? I need to apply styles for this. Now in our document, as of now, there is only a single tag. Correct? Div tag is a grouping tag. You can write it. There are two types of grouping tags, ma. There are two types of grouping tags. The first one I am discussing here is a div tag. And second thing is a span tag. So div is used to group multiple tags under one. Span is a specific things can be doing styling. So for example, I'll say later. So just keep it as a comment. Okay, grouping tags are two, div, and there are different types of tags are there. So majorly we can make it as a div tag and span tag. So now what I'm going to do here is, now I'm going to give some identity. Initially, as of now, we are having only the single div tag. So when you are having a single div tag, no issues. If in your documentation, there might be multiple div tags. If you do with the help of this div styling, if you have done the stylings with the help of this tag, then for every tag, that style will be affected. So what I am saying here is, for example, here, this is a paragraph tag. Again, I'm using one more paragraph tag in order to show how it will get affected if I'm using the same tags for styling. So here I am writing what here. Let us copy some sentence. Okay, wherever you want, you can copy some sentence and they will show the difference. So just to copy this line and pasting it here in this one paragraph, and one more paragraph I am just giving. See, whenever you are using the paragraph tag, if you didn't give the space also, automatically it will develop a spaces between the paragraphs. Usually HTML will not support the spaces. HTML document will not support spaces. HTML document will not support spaces. White spaces will not be encouraged. But when you are using the, okay, HTML document and will not support spaces, means white spaces will not be supported. So see, when I see here, when you come here, it's a by default you are getting the, by default you are getting what? Space. I'm not getting, I'm not given. By default you will get. But did I give gray color stylings for this? Did I give gray color? No. But you got affected. The gray color is affected to this. Why? Why? Because, no, why it is getting affected here? Just refresh this file. See, no, this is not the gray color. This is what the gray color. Okay. So now this is black color only, but this is the thickness of the paragraph is 100. Why? Because if you see here, I have given the weight, means the thickness. The thickness will be explained. The thickness will be given with the help of the property called font weight. Font weight. Okay. So if you increase this one, if I give 200, you can see it will be little bold. Can you see? You can see the difference. If I give something like a 300, you can see little more thickness like this. Okay, so this the thickness of the text can be determined using the property font weight. And what is this a font style? Usually it will be like a vertical, normal only. If I use something like italic or oblique, it will be like what? Like slightly bending. That is what the meaning. So this is one more type of a property, how to display the text either in the normal way or it like something like a bending way, means italic format. This is the thickness and this is the means the style of the font. Okay, either it may be Calibri, Algerian, Arial, Times Roman, Sans serif, that kind of things can be done. Then what is these two values here means? If the browser will not support this value, then it will take the other option, that is a serif. If it is taking this one, then it's not necessary. Okay, that is what the meaning of writing two values at a time for the text. Okay, if the browser not suppose the first value, it will take the second value. Okay, so now what I should do here is, I just want to do style for my paragraph. Here in my document, there are three paragraphs. This is one paragraph, and here is the second paragraph, and this is the third paragraph. I'm going to do internal styling. Internal styling means doing stylings inside the head tag using the style tags. Now, I want to do, you have to write everything inside the style tags itself. With the help of element selector. Element selector means HTML tag. Element selector means using the HTML tag, we are going to do, using the HTML tag, we are going to use the stylings. So for paragraph, I want to give color as a red color. So what happens? See, these things you got it as a red color. So here, how many paragraphs you have? Actually, three paragraphs you have. Okay. Only for these two get affected. Just a minute. Yes. Now, here I have 3 paragraphs, but this red color is affected only to this 2. Why? Because the more priority will for inline styling only. If you are having a red color also, it is not get affected because you specifically mentioned here a gray color. That's why it will not take the internal styling because this inline styling having a more priority compared to internal. That's why it has taken this property only for this one. And remaining two, you got the colors. But I don't want for both one. I just want color only for the first paragraph only. Then how to do? See how many paragraphs you have. For all the paragraphs, you will get affected this color only. But I don't want for all the paragraphs, only for the specific paragraph I want. Then what we will do? Either you do inline styling, okay, or you can use one kind of selector called ID selector or class selector. So first one we have learned element selector only with the help of HTML tags. When you are using the HTML tag, I said that it will be applied for all the tags present in your documentation with a P tag. If I want only for the particular thing, either you can use inline styling, but it will become very lengthy. I want for few of the tags similar one. That time you have to give selector called ID selector or class selector. First explain about ID selector. So how to represent ID selector means in the beginning tag of the HTML, use attribute called ID is equal to and give the value whatever you like. Okay, ID selector, ID is equal to, you have to give the value whatever you like. With the help of this value, you are going to do styling so that only this paragraph will get affected. So just use this ID value, ID selector value. So when you are representing in the styles, you should use a hash symbol. For representing the ID selector, you have to use the add hash symbol along with the value. Now here, instead of writing this one, what I am going to do here is just to provide the color here. Color is red. So now, where you have provided this ID only for that will get affected. Now open and check it. Now open and check it. Only the first paragraph you can see the red color. The second paragraph you are not getting. For suppose if I want to do stylings for the second paragraph only. So now we have learned about color. Now we're going to learn about one more property. So now I'm using one more property called, one more selector called class selector. You can give whatever the class name you like it. So ID selector is represented for styling is hash symbol. For class selector, we are going to make use of a symbol called a dot symbol. Now what I am going to do for this paragraph, for this identity, or for what, for that paragraph, I have given the class selector as CL1 and you have to represent classes as dot symbol. Okay. So what I should do here, you just provide what is the styling you want to do. We have learned about color. There are so many, there are so many properties available in the CSS. The next one we are going to see here is a background color. So only for that paragraph, I'm going to apply one paragraph, background. Only for that paragraph only, you will see the background color, whatever you are giving that one. Okay. So now see here, you just open and check it. See the background color, you got it. Only for that specific one. Not only one style, you can apply multiple styles. Now I want to give color for this one as green color, and I want to increase the size of the weight, means I just want to increase the width, means the boldness. Usually by default it is taking 200, it is taking 300. You can also increase only for that specific element. How? Means just by providing font to weight, I just going to give something like 500. Only for that one only you will get see a bold one. You can do it. Okay, and if you see here, the background is very close. How much the size, what is the size of the text? Only that much only it is taking. I just want to provide a space around text and the background. So that what we can use here is, there is a property called padding property. Padding, I'm just going to give 20 pixels. I'll just explain what is the meaning of this. So you can see, you can able to provide some space around the text. You can see the length of the height of this background increased with the help of a property called padding. This padding having 4 values like top, right, bottom, and left. So if you are giving only single value, this single value will be applied for 4 sides, like top 20 pixels, and means it is going to, pixels is nothing but to means like a measurement, okay, like centimeters, like that. To define the size of the text, size of the space, we will make use of pixels, percentages, different types of units we can use for representing the size of the text. Okay, so right side it will take 20 pixels space, left bottom same thing. You can also give different spacing. For example, I want 10 pixels space at the top. Right side I want 50. I just want only 5 pixels space, and bottom I want 50 pixels, and I want a left side something like 60 pixels. Now you can see 4 sides, you will see different. So here can you see? So top you have taken only 10 pixels, and the left side you have taken 60. So now you cannot able to see here because it is only little content is there. That's why it is not able to see 50 pixels. You can give different spacing around the text using this padding just by giving different values. Okay, so if you want to provide individually, then there are separate properties for the padding is padding top like this, padding top. You can give the values whatever, the 10 pixels. You can give individually also like this. Padding right, you can make use of 20 pixels like that. Padding bottom, you can have separate values also, 50 pixels. Padding left, you can make use of 100 pixels. So instead of writing in this lengthy way, you can make use of the shorthand method. So how to comment? Styles in the CSS means you have to make use of a symbol called forward slash and star symbol, and you should end with star and a forward slash. So comments in the CSS are represented using in this way. If it is a single line comment also, and if it is having multiple line comments also, you will make use of these symbols only. Okay, so now you can see the same styling is applicable here. So I think you understood what is the usage of selectors, ID selector and class selector and element selector. Now what I need to do here is, why I just discussed here is, I just want to place these text. I just want to place these icons and text left and right. Okay, so for that what I did here, I just used a div section, and in this div section only this paragraph should be where? This paragraph should be left side, and these two I tags should be on right side. So I'm going to give only this one in one div tag. So you are just using one more div tags. This is the parent. Inside this parent, you are making two divs again. So that is one section, and this is one more section, right? So that's why I'm keeping it in. So everything under one section only. But what we are doing here, yes. So here, but what I should do here is, this complete div having again two sections. One is left section and second is right section. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give some ID, that is called ID is equal to, I'm providing the ID name as ID2. You can provide whatever you like. Now with the help of this ID, you can able to make this section and this section left and right. How? So now we are going to learn, you can do stylings in the internal styling also, but now I'm going to introduce one more styling called external styling. When we will use this external styling means when you have similar stylings for multiple documents, instead of writing the stylings again and again, it will take so much time. That is one thing. And second thing, if you want to do changes in the stylings, you need to open each and every document and you need to change the same stylings again and again in multiple documents. To avoid all these things, what I will do, I will write all the stylings in one file, and that similar stylings where and all I need to apply to the documents. In the documents, I'm going to link that style file to all the documents. So that if I do changes in that particular file, where and all you link for all the files, the styles will also get updated in those documents. So that is the purpose of using the external styling. In order to apply same stylings for multiple documents, we will make use of the external styling. How to create the external styling means simply open one new text file and save that file with an extension called .css. That is compulsory. You need to save this file. You need to save this file with extension called CSS, that is compulsory. So now what I'm giving my file name as styles.css. You can give any kind of file name, but when you are doing a styling file, you need to specify with an extension called CSS. Then only it will understand that it is a style file. So just to save it. Once I save this, you can check it here. The style file is going to be added here. See the icons here. So styles means it is having some kind of symbol. Okay. So now whenever you are doing external stylings, you no need to use any kind of tags. Simply use the selector for what you need to apply. So I have given the selector called ID2, which is defined with the ID. So you have to provide hash ID1 and you do the stylings. So now what is the main thing that I need to do here is I just want to place one div section on left side, another div section on right side. So there is a one property called display flex property. Display flex property. So that it will make a side by side. So I'll just show, but it will not get affected now because you will not see anything because you didn't link this file in your HTML document. How to link that document? Because how to link that file in your document means in the style file means in the head tag only you need to write it. So now we are explaining external styling. So how to write external styling, how to link that external styling file means using a tag called link tag and simply click the tab symbol. Automatically the relationship it is going to give here is style sheet, and here you have to give the file name. So styles.css, the file name what you created, just give it. Now it is going to link for us. Still you are not getting affected. So whenever you are using the display flex property, there are two more things that must and should be used here. What is the things means? Text and we will be using later. Now here what I'm going to do here is justify content. What I'm going to do, this should be on left side, this should be here, and in between you need space. So that's why what I will do, justify content, space between we will use, sorry, space not around, space between we will use. Now you can see it's not getting affected by ID2 ma. What is the identity I have given ID2, but here I have written ID1. That's why you are not getting affected. ID2. So now you can check it there. It is in the single line. Correct? Now you got it in the single line. Why? Because I have used justify content space between. And I want to make it as a center. So that for that purpose, we are going to use here is align items. There is a one more property that we are going to use here is align items center, so that it is going to be in a single line. And here I am not having, it should be not on the corner. It should be like in the middle. Okay. So that time what I can do here is, otherwise just use a space around, we'll see what it will do. Space around. You can check it. Now it is going to be spaces around it, but it is becoming center. So you can, whatever you like, you can make it. But what I'm going to do here is just use the properties. So just use it properties. Space evenly, if you use, what happens, you can see all the three sides, it will give the spaces equally. Okay. So now I don't want this one. So justify content, space between only you just give it. Space between, I just give it. I have given the space between. Now, what I am going to do here is, in this ID2, I am having a tags called I tags. Correct? So, what I am saying here, in this ID2 section, in this ID2 identification, I am having only the I tags, right? So in this specifically, I want to do only for the I tags. If you directly write I means wherever, where and all you have I tags, for the I tags and all will get affected. So same stylings will get affected. So I don't want for all. Only these two tags will get affected where it is present in this section. So ID2, in this ID2, this is the parent. Inside this, there is a one tag called I tag. For that, I want to do stylings. What I want to do? We have learned one property called padding, so that it is going to provide a space around it. But now what I need to do, I want to generate the space to the corner. Okay. So now I want to apply outside that, for example, if I apply border, let's see, background I will apply, later I will discuss this one. So background I will apply for that. Background color, I'll just going to give aqua color. You can see the background color, correct? For these two icons only. Why? Because I specifically mentioned for I tag only. That is the reason you are getting a background color. So now I don't want to generate the space for the background colors. Means only if I use padding, what happens? See here. If I'm using padding, it will provide a spacing inside. So like this, it will provide. But I don't want spacing like this. I just want to generate space outside the border. So for that, you should not use a padding here. You should not use padding. You should use a margin. Margin is going to generate a space outside. Now you can see the space you got it here. Usually it is very corner like this. Now if you generate 20, so around, it will take around. But I don't want around. I just want on the right side only. So what I can use, there is a property called a margin right, 20 pixels. Now you can see only on right side you will get it. So if I'm giving 50 pixels, you can see 50 pixels, you can see it is coming this side. This is how, right, it is there. Can you see it? Can you see it is not on corners? So like this, you can make use of these properties. So now I'll do what I'll do. Now I'll remove the background. For understanding, I have kept the background. Now I don't want background like I just want like this only. Now what I need to do here is, see, now this is okay. I understand what is this. Margin is also having four sides. Margin is also having four sides. That is called top, right, bottom, and left. This 50 pixels will get applicable for four sides. Okay, four sides will get updated. If you want to give individually for four sides, I don't want a top. That's why I'm just giving 0 pixels. I just don't want on the left side. That's why I'm just going to give 0 pixels. I want only on right side. So, okay, this is right side, right? So, top right, this is the sequence you have to come. Top right, bottom left, that only. So, first value for top, if I want 50 pixels on right side, give 50. And I don't want bottom, so 0 pixels. I don't want on left, so 0 pixels. So, you can give individually, you can give values for individual sides, so that you will be looking like this. If you want to make it individually, then you can make use of a separate properties, how we have learned for this one, like padding we have learned, right? Same way you can make use of those things where it is padding, same thing. So like that. padding left, padding right. You can give whatever you want it. Okay. So I'm just commented here. You can also use in this format also, just providing like this. Okay. Understood what I said here? Understanding. So margin top, I don't want 0 pixel. So instead of a shorthand method, you can also make use of a elaborated method also. Padding will generate space inside. Margin will generate the space outside. Okay. So now this is okay. And later coming to this one, you are having a line below this. So this kind of lines can be generated using a tag called empty tags, where it will not contain. It will not contain. It will not contain a closing tag. It will contain only the any single tag, that is called either opening tag or single tag. HR tag is nothing but horizontal tag. So it will generate the line below it. It will generate the line below it. Understanding? So this is what we have learned till here. And if you see, this line is not that much thick and it is very light. You can make it the thickness, and you can also reduce it. How to reduce that and all means just using the properties. You just use the properties. What I can do here is style is equal to opacity. Opacity is going to reduce the appearance. Okay, brightness it will decrease. So the value will be like what means 0 to 1 only. So I'm going to give like 0.5. So then if you check it here, it is going to become very light compared to the previous one. Just give transparent. No, it's not the transparent. Is opacity only you have to use now. Opacity. So if you, instead of writing here, what I will do here is just to come to the styles part, and I'm just using the HR element. So here writing opacity is equal to opacity colon 0.5. So now you can check it. The thick, it is going to be reduced. You can also decrease the thickness also. The thickness is just to give something like, I'll just going to give 0.4, 0.3 mark. So just check it. Just by decreasing the values, you can check the thickness. So if I'm not giving this one, it will be it is dark only. See, it is dark. When I'm giving the opacities, the brightness will decrease. Okay, you can increase the size of this also. How means just by giving the height. Just by giving the height something like a 10 pixels or something like 20 pixels, so that it is going to be increased. See here. Can you see the line? I'm just removing this opacity so that you can see that one. So now you can see the height, like just like box you got it. You can increase it. Okay. So, but I don't want that one. So I just need only the slide things. Okay. Opacity is done. So, and also you can give the width also. So usually it will take from left to right. I don't want to left to right. I just want only the 50%, means in the middle only I want. That means something like 80%, means if you take the complete thing as 100%, if you take 80%, see here, it is going to take only the 80% in between. Can you see? Only in the between. So, but I don't want, I just want 95%. 95%. So now it will be like this. Okay. So how it is going to be, just make use of like that. So it is complete only. So, but you can make it whatever you like. Okay. I'm just explaining, you can able to do changes for the horizontal lines also. Okay. Okay. This is what the, till here we understood. These are the things. Now later, if you observe carefully, here, in this is one text, but here few of the words are in bold. How can I do specific words in a bolder format? Yes, that is what we are going to learn now. So in this sample.html, I just used two paragraph tag. In this, I just want to make HTML in bold color, and what is the next thing? So I'll just copy this line. I'll copy it and paste it this paragraph. Paste it at, I'm just giving a paragraph tag. So now I want to do stylings for HTML, bold, and this hypertext markup language in the bold. So that time what you can do here is simply apply B tags for that complete words like this. Just to put it inside the B tag. B is nothing but a bold tag, so that you will get a bold in text. If you open and check it, only those two text will be like bold. Those two text in bold. Like this, you can make use of it. Now what I'll do, I will remove this italic. I don't want now. So if you want to do this, if you want to remove, where it is? Where is the italic? I have made it here, something here. So here I just made it as italic. Where it is? Where it is? Here it is. Down here. Where is that styles, ma? Here, italic. So I'll make it as normal. So I don't want it. So now it is like normal text only. Now, the next thing what here is, here it is displaying like a points, like bullet symbols. How to get these bullet symbols means very simple. There is a tag called li tag. So you can use different types of listings. So like what and all means, I'll explain here. Now we are going to learn the concept called list. There are three types of lists. One is ordered list, and second is unordered list, and third one is a definite list. The first list that we are going to learn here is unordered list. We are going to learn first one is unordered list. So unordered list. So you have to use a tag called UL tag. So I'm providing a UL tags. So now UL tag is nothing but unordered list. So by default, it will take a bullet symbol, like that means circles only, like that only. That is called bullet, disc shape. Now, whenever you are using the UL tags, instead of writing the paragraph, what I should do here is, I want to place this text inside the li tag. You have to use what, ma? Li tags. I'm just removing all these stylings, ma. So now we have learning li tags. So whenever you are replacing, you will get updated. See here, now open it and you can see the bullets here. Can you see two bullets? By default, this is a disc shapes. Disc shapes you can get it. So using the unordered list, you will get the disc shapes. Every paragraph should be placed in the list, li tags, list. If you are providing OL tag, it is called ordered list. It is going to give the numbers 1, 2, 3 like the default. You can also change this numbering. Instead of giving the numbers, you can give alphabets like capital letter alphabets, smaller case letters also. How to do changes means there is the one attribute present in this OL tag is, if you want to capital letters, you just provide capital A. Then it is going to be given numbering as alphabets. If you are giving a small letter, it is going to be given it numbering as small case letters. If you are giving something like numbers like small, like that, you can get it. If you want capital Roman numbers, then you can give capital I, so that you will get this capital like this. So this is for ordered list. If I want for unordered list, the default will be what means. So now you will not see only disc shape. You can give two types of stylings in the unordered. One is the default is disc shape. Now I want the circles. So if you give circle, it will going to get openings. Can you see here? It is going to be given like this. Can you see? Circles. You can also use square shape also. So it is like a square. You can change whatever the shapes you like it. So squares. Like this. So how to generate these kind of bullets we have seen now. Two things we have learned: ordered list and unordered list. Ordered lists are using the tags OL tag, and you can do the changes for numberings using the type attribute. For UL, you have to give either square or circle. or if you are using OL, you can give alphabets. There are different types of stylings you can do more with the CSS properties that we will see later. So now I'm going to explain about definite. So how to explain the definite? So before going to comment this, we are just going to use here this also OL tag. So OL tag, and I'm just giving capital A, and I'll comment this. For understanding, I'm just keeping everything together when I share your document. When I share this document, you people need to know, right? That is the reason. So OL tag is done, UL tag is done. Now I'm going to explain one more thing called definite. So how to define this definite? I'll just show the example how it looks like. So if you see, it's just like a dictionary, ma. So if you see here, here it is also not mentioned properly. Okay, we'll see here it is not there. See, like this. So if you see here, like this. So how it is? This is the term, and the term definition it is here. Means it is just taking some space for explaining this term. So for example, I'm just copying this text for defining the DD. So what I'll do, how to define this means defined list. So DL, first you have to use a DL tag. So in this tag, you will have two tags called defining the term, and second thing is defining that definition. Okay, term definition. So here I am just doing what is HTML syntax. So this will be provided. And to get this output, to explain that one, I am just using in the DD tag. Now you can check it here. See here how it is coming. So what is HTML syntax? So yeah, it is just to the margin. So when you see this one, it is just taking a one tab space for defining this term. So here, ma'am, if you see here, it is having so much space. How to generate those spaces? We already discussed that if you want to space, then use a inline styling or whatever you like. So style is equal to what I'm going to, you want a space outside it. So what I will do, a margin at top, I'm going to top only you want for this term, and for this definition you need to split. That's why in between you that means top only. So I'm going to give something like 20 pixels. Now you can see the space will be generated just above. Can you see it, right? Can you see it? If you want to separate it from the documentation, you can do stylings here only for DL. So style is equal to, I just want to apply padding. No, background I want to apply first. So background color, okay, background color property, this is one property, background color. I just want to give a bisque, and I want, you can apply multiple stylings in a single style just by putting the semicolon symbol. And I want what thing, I want apply padding. Okay, just give a padding something like 20 pixels for 4 sides. Now you can see it is going to be like this, correct? And if you observe carefully, the corners are very sharp. I just want to round those corners, and I want to make it as a round up. So there is a property called a border round. So border radius. There is a property called border radius. You can round it up with the help of a pixel value so that it will get rounded up. See, it is rounded. You can give the value of whatever you like. How much value you are giving, if you are giving more values, that much round you will get it. Okay, now I want this one to be little some different color. Then you just give the style. You can do inline stylings, or you can provide some specific ID selectors, class selectors, and you can do it. Now I'm going to give the color here as something like a green or brown color, and it should be like little dark. Means the thickness, it should be like little bigger. So font weight I can give it. Font weight I'm giving something like a 500. So now you can check it here. It will be little like this. Okay. So like this, you can do however you like it. Okay. So now you can see this is what. Okay. If you are see here, only this answer is in box. Okay. You can see if answer is only in the box, the definition is in box. If you want to keep only the definition in the box, then what you can do, instead of applying this one here, you simply cut this and put it here. That's it. Instead of keeping there, you just keep it here. That's it. That is enough. Okay, just to remove this. So now only that term will get be changes. See here, only this one will get. That is what there. So just remove this color, just give the whatever the color you want. I just don't want this color. I just want a simple light color. So just drag it and give it. Now this is how it will. Okay. So like this, you can do changes for your documentation. And there are so many things that we need to learn here. See, these are all done with the help of that definition list only. So now we have finished our list concept. Later, if you observe carefully, if you see the some of the text or have see if I'm moving my cursor on some of the text, you are not able to see the hand symbol. But when I'm moving through some of the text, you can able to see the hand symbol. Why? Because it is going to open some other pages. That means how to generate. See, if I click this, it is opening some other page. It is opening it, right? So if I'm clicking, see, web browser, it is just opening something else. How to do this? Means you are just generating the links. These are all called links. These are all called links. How to generate these kind of links? Means using a tag called a tag. Now we are going to discuss a anchor tag. To generate the links, we are using a tag called anchor tags. Okay, to generate for generating the links. For generating the links, we are using a tag called anchor tags. So now simply type it as A and click the tab. Automatically it will give the opening tag and closing tag and default attributes. So see, you have created. So when you click that, so you have to give either text or icon or some images, whatever you like it, must and should give. If you didn't give it, you cannot able to identify. See, I have given. If you open here, if you open your document, can you see? You will not see anything. So if you are having something, either icon or if it is having an icon, if you are having a text, if you are having an image, when you move your cursor, that time the cursor will come like a hand symbol. If you are not writing anything, you cannot see anything. So what I will do here is I'll simply writing like a Google. So now you can see the text there. See, underline you are getting. So now once I move here, see, you are getting a hand symbol. Or getting a hand symbol. Now here, if I click, this page should get open. But I didn't give to open. I didn't give any reference to open this page. So href is the reference what to open. So what I will do here is www.google.co.in. So now in your documentation, when you click this, the Google page is going to be open. Now see, just refresh. Now see here, till now I didn't open. That is the reason the icon color, the link color will be blue. The default color of the link is a light blue color. Once I open this link, if you see this is something like actually the default colors of the links will be blue color. Once it is visited, it will be like purple color. If it is in active state, it is what some kind of colors. But they just modified the colors to unvisited colors. Means if you didn't open this link, it will be like green color. Once you open, if I click this, that means you have opened that page. That's why it's turning into the color red color. Okay, so you can also change the colors however you like. First, what we will do here is the default colors. So the default color of the link is, if you are not visited, it is blue color. If it is an active state or not, if you want to check, if you drag it, the active state color is red color. So now if I open, it is going to open. It is not opening. Why? Because you just give the HTTP properly. HTTPs. Okay. So google.com. So now just come back. So just refresh. Now just click this. It is going to open the Google page from your document. But where it is opening? In the same page itself. But I should not open in the same page. I just want to open in the separate page. You can use it in the same pages if you want. You can also make it separate also. So now if I say I just visited that link, right? So just come back and you can check it. The color of that link is now what color? Purple color. So the default color, if you are not visited, is blue. If you are visited, purple. If it is in active state, red color. Now what I should do here is when I click this, it should open in the separate page. It should not open in the same page. It should not open, it should not open in the same page. That time what I should do here is you should use a attribute. You should use an attribute called in the anchor tag blank. Target. Target is equal to, you have to write the value as a blank, underscore blank. So that time when you click this, it is going to open in the blank tab, new tab. So now see, just refresh, automatically get updated. Now see, once I click, it is going to open in the separate tab. Your document will be like that only. Usually what happens before, it is opening in the same tab. Now it is opening in the separate tab. Okay, so now I said that the active link color is blue, red color. Active link color is red color. Unvisited link is a blue color. Visited link color is purple color. You can do changes for this text also. How they have did in the Google, means some website. So not only this, you can do different types of colors. How to use this one means using styles, okay, using the CSS. So just to come to the styles, and I'm doing stylings for anchor tag. So now what I'm going to do here is, if it is visited, if it is visited means you have to use this kind of things. If the link is visited, what color you need to give? I want to give the color as a brown color. If it is not visited, so this is visited now. So this is visited. So just understand, if you are not unvisited, so you have to provide it like a link. If it is unvisited, this is for unvisited. What is the color you want to give? I want to give the color as a green color. Okay. And if it is, what is the active color? You have to give it as active color. I want to give the color as pink color. So now I can change the links color just by providing the properties. A link, unvisited, this is visited, and this is active. Now come back to your browser and you can check it here. You just got the changes. So, but now I need to show unvisited link color also. So see, the active color is what now? Pink color, because I have given it as pink. Okay, if I give hot pink, you can check it little dark color. So now you can check it here. Active link color is pink. Actually, what is the actual active link color? Red. I change it to my color what I like. So now if I want to come back, what I should do here is I just want to delete my history so that it will say that you didn't visited that link, that kind of, or make it like that. So I'll clear history so that I'll be opening that link freshly. So once I remove my browsing history or clear my browsing history, you can see that the link given in my documentation will be unvisited. Okay, so now see, once it will take little, now it will finish well. Okay. So now it's done. So now what I'll do, just come to your browser. Now you can see this is unvisited link color. What is the color I have given here? Unvisited link color I have given here is a green. And see, this is what. So see, once I move here, see, it is going to open in the, I'll just close this. So now it is unvisited, right? This is unvisited. That is what it is green color. If I click this, it is going to open. That means you visited this link. If you come back to your browser, the color turns into the brown color. See here, brown. So for example, if I change it to what color? Let us take something like this. I just give this a red color. Dark this color. So now you can see the color, you will get it like this. Active link color is Google. So not only the text, you can make it like a links. You can also make these icons as a links. Means when I move my cursor, you can see whenever you open here, if you see not only text, you are getting a hand symbol. If you open here, you can also see here, these are also hand symbols. So you can also provide for this also, how to do, we'll see now. So come to the documentation, so HTML. Where is your link? Li tags, Li tags, or where is your Li tags? Here is your Li tags. Just keep this I tag, just keep this I tag inside the anchor tag. So just provide a tag. That's it. Just keep it here. Opening tag and write that I tags and paste the anchor tag. So similarly, here also you put it like that, and that I tag center and end it with anchor tag. Now you come back to your browser and see when you move, your icons also coming it like a link. And you need to provide it. Okay, now you didn't provide when you click this what to open, you didn't provide it. Okay, you didn't provide anything. You can also provide the links what to, when you click this what to open, that you can do it. So just to create one file, for example, if I'm creating one file, new file, and I'm giving something like a comments file, okay, comments.html file. So now in this file, I'm going to give the structure like this. So I'm just going to give the structure and just giving the title as comments. Okay, here what I will do here is, I'll just explain later what is this and all. I'm just providing a text area. So once you click this, you are going to see one kind of box to write the comments. Okay, so now this file, I'm going to link it in the aref. So here I just give the file name called comments. What to open? When you click this icon, what to open? That page I'm giving comments.html. Now you come back and see. So now it is in green color. Why? Because this is active. This is now, you didn't visit until now. So now you click this. So now once you click this, it should open in the same page or in the separate page. If you want to open in the same page, then you no need to give the attribute called target is equal to blank. So if you want to open it separate, then you have to write that attribute. Now I don't want, I just want to open it in the same page. So that time, see, if I click this, it is going to open the, see here, it is going to open the page where it is containing the box where you can enter the text for as a comments, like that. Okay, so I'll explain what is this and all in the coming session while learning the forms tag and all, form tag. Okay, so like this, you can make use of these HTML. There are so many things that we need to learn. Okay, till now we have finished only the anchor tag. Okay, so later we are going to provide images also links. For example, if I'm making a tag, so okay, a tag, and I want to make it as, instead of writing this Google, I want to make it as a YouTube link, YouTube icon, Instagram icon, Twitter icon. Then that time, we know how to get those icons and all just by using the font awesome. You just to keep everything, just to copy it and place it in this anchor tags, and you make it in single line at center. We had learned one property called display flex property, and here instead of writing justify content space between, just make it as center, so that everything will be at center. So that will be seen in the tomorrow session.
Hope you enjoyed my video. In the next session, we are going to continue with a few more concepts. If you are not subscribed to my channel, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Like, share and comment below. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.